I'm looking at us and we're waiting. Why don't you join me in counting backwards from 10, Chelsea, and then we'll get started. So let's go. You ready?
Yep.
10,
10, 9,
9, louder. 8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5.
5,
We're a human
4,
count-out clock. 3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1, and here we go. Can you hear it?
Yep.
You want to rock with me?
So you wanna
Always.
be
So you want to be
a
a
cool
cool kid
hanging with the
hanging with the
insect,
insect,
looking
looking
real
real, cool,
and fine, casting your thinking
capturing in your net. So you want to be, let's go for the drum roll. Bop, 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 bop. Thank you very much to my friend in Paris, Serge Hoffman, who wrote the music and sings the lyrics. My song, So You Want to Be. I'm here with a lady I have never met before until about 22 and a half minutes ago. She was a referral from a cool dude who was on the show. She happens to be married to him too. We're live streaming on Chelsea Wave Hello to LinkedIn, to YouTube, and to Facebook. We're on 4 channels today. Chelsea is known as Chelsie W for our show today, but it's Wolter, Wolter. And Chelsea, just tell me how you are and where are you today before I start the introduction.
I am in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
I'm in Tennessee. Are we far apart, do you think?
Which part of Tennessee?
East Tennessee, near Knoxville? We have to
Oh,
look
we're not that far apart.
at. Well, you and
Hey,
Tim and I get together for dinner tonight. There we go. We'll do that.
sounds good.
So, Chelsea, you are part of my Saucy Dames show. I haven't done a Saucy Dame on for a long time. I've been talking to cool dudes, and your husband, Tim Wolter, was one of my cool dudes. So, I would like to introduce you in style, if that's okay with you. And I'm
Absolutely.
going to start out here, and let's hope you like it. So, everybody, listen up. You may know us well, Bonnie D and Chelsea W. Wolter. 2, seasoned in life, we love what we do. From social channels' virtual embrace, we love sharing our insights in this special space. Now, here on We Dish, we're here to play Lightening Up Life, not lighting, lightning in our uniquely fresh way. Welcoming Chelsea W., a truly saucy dame. Here's my rhyming intro, and she'll add more with a flame. Here we go. From Louisville roots to a sky high view, Chelsea's path is bold and true. With purse smuggled chicken and ducks in tow, her heart for care began to grow. A childhood spent in transit zones, Kentucky, St. Louis, she made them her home. Flying often and switching schools, Chelsea learned to adapt to break the rules. From hostess shifts to a chilly smile to HVAC phones, she stayed a while. Promo gigs for Diageo's Flair, I hope I said that right. College dreams floating in the nightlife air. Then nursing called, Chelsea, Chelsea, with its healing song, where heart meets hustle and purpose is strong. With a toddler in tow and a newborn near, Chelsea rose through the ranks with her grit and her cheer. She learned that each soul needs empathy fair, working in Alzheimer's wings and in dementia care. A tailored touch, a glistening ear. Chelsea gave her all year after year, a listening ear. A single mom's strength with a nurse's grace. Chelsea shifted to sales at a fearless pace. From rehab reps to tech, she flew, a bold leap into something brand new. Tim proposed mid Aladdin dreams, then a wedding wrapped in love and moonbeams. I saw the picture. A bouquet of laughter, bright petals in the air, a day full of magic, a breathtakingly happy pair. Their daughter then struggled in a rigid school space, which sparked their desire to reshape the space, the pace. They created a path for learning that lends where caring adapts and progress and success extends. Then tragedy almost struck on a job site floor. A friend of Tim's fell hard, and more. The ladder was wrong, the training too thin. That moment gave birth to the vision within. With safety, care, and with training smart, their company's safety view was born from their heart. Now CXO with a people-first core, Chelsea is shaping a world where safety is more. Adaptive, holistic, her nursing roots guide every system, every worker with her by their side. And now, skydiving dates and lake day scenes, off-road rides, and waterfall dreams. Chelsie lives life full of grace and spark, an adventurer's soul with a mission mark. From field trip chickens to building a brand, she's proof that purpose and play can go hand in hand. Let's welcome Saucy Dame Chelsie W with a round of applause for passion, for people, for a meaningful cause. What do you think, Chelsie?
Oh, I love it.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Let me
Me
finish it
too.
up here. We're here on We Dish, chatting on life's score, culture, music, food, and oh, so much more. Meet us live or on demand, day or night. Well, we won't be here. That's why they invented on demand. And enjoy our dishing with shared delight. Meet us for real in our live streaming glow. Comments are welcome. Just play nice. We know who you are, you know. We Dish. Two saucy dames, two of us today, Bonnie D and Chelsie W, dishing on life's fun pour vu. So that's it. Chelsie,
I love it.
I'm glad. Officially welcome to Saucy Dames. Did you ever think of yourself as a saucy dame?
Nope.
Are you happy to be a saucy dame?
I am very happy. Yes. I'm
I,
very
th-
honored.
I
Thank you.
think you're my saucy dame number 16. I think that I've got 41 cool dudes on the show, and I tend to invite the ladies back over and over and over again. So I'm warning you. Is there anything you'd like to fill in about your life, about the journey that I've just described in rhyme?
I
Chelsea, tell
mean,
us.
you pretty much covered it. Made it seemed a lot more interesting than what I was thinking. I was like, oh. But no, I mean, like you said, I've always had that like nurturing, caring part of me since I was little, from smuggling chickens in my purse to try to take care of them, to ducks, and ventured on to people. So no, I think you covered it very well.
Tell me what it's like co-inventing, co-creating a company with your husband, Tim. What is that process like? Because we read about a lot of those couples who not just work together, but you two have built something together. Is there anything about that process you'd like to share? Did you think about it a long time? So what? We're going to do a company together, or heck yes. What was the mood?
Honestly, it was heck yes. I did not have to think about it. We've always had a good relationship, and we get asked that a lot because I think it is a red flag to some people. They're like, how does this work? Is it a conversation at the dinner table? Like what? And it is. But honestly, I think it's helped our relationship because we've had to really work on communication, not just on personal life, but professional. So we've really had to just, learn how to communicate with each other and what each other's weaknesses and strengths are in a different way. So yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
Tell me, CXO, how do you define that? I know it's in the C-suite. I don't know how many people are in your C-suite right now, but what does the X stand for in your case? What do you
It's
do?
Chief Experience Officer. So I'm all about the
I
experience,
like
making the experience, more personal and, pleasurable for our customers because we are building Safety View for them. So I want to make sure that they are satisfied and that we're meeting all of their needs. So,
people surprised a woman is at a company working with construction clients? Is that something, and I won't say forbidden, but is that something unusual and rare, or are there more women in that field right
I
now?
think you're starting to see more women. I mean, I think in the past, it's been a manly job, but nowadays I'm actually seeing a lot more women in construction. So it's not as rare as everybody thinks.
I like the way you said a manly job. That was good. We have to take that clip for Tim. He'll really appreciate that. Um, what is I read things about your lakeside rides and your all of your what do your family do? It's summer now. What is your family doing for the summer? Kids, what do you do?
Kids are being kids. They love to have their friends over. A lot of them, or yeah, one of them's gone right now, but they love to go swimming, anything outdoors. Unfortunately, my 14-year-old son is all about the video games, but that's teenagers. But the girls, we do have two younger girls, and they're always outside wanting to have a sleepover on the trampolines or getting the sprinkler out. Yeah,
A sleepover on the trampolines.
over on the trampoline.
That's a new one. That's a new one. Do you do any blogging, or do you have a podcast? Because that would
I
certainly
do
be
not. I do
that
not.
would be an interesting momcast to talk about that. Well, you'll bring the girls when they're a little older, and they'll come on my show. Chelsea, we'd love to know. Let's go on to the music. Saucy Dame songs. Is there favorite music you have? And I'll share mine with you after yours. Uh, favorite songs that perhaps influence you, inspire you, that chronicle your journey, your life. I don't like the word journey. It sounds like you're in a wagon train somewhere. That chronicle your life. Tell me what songs mean something to you. You could just be, I love them. That's enough. That's enough. What do you got?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as music, my genres are everywhere. But the ones that I picked were Carrie Underwood, The Champion. I feel like it was really about just overcoming challenges, being strong, achieving success. So I love the words of that and the meaning. And then the other one, of course, is A Whole New World from Aladdin that has a couple
Hmm.
different meanings. I love Disney. I've always been a fan of Disney, hence why my husband proposed at Aladdin on Broadway. Um, but it's also about the whole new world and seeing things from a different perspective and, kind of relates to my journey or, life is venturing on to the tech world from healthcare. So that one has a few different meanings. And then the last one that I picked was Bob Marley, Three Little Birds. I
Oh,
actually have a
yes.
Bob Marley tattoo. It says, "Love the life you live the life you love."
We won't ask where.
Um, so yeah, I tend to overthink a lot. I'm sure my husband would appreciate that.
Be happy.
So I do have to remind myself that, don't worry about a thing, so everything's gonna be all right.
Don't
So it's just
worry.
that, yeah. Have you seen that video of the little bird dancing to it on the table?
I don't think I have. I have to go look for that.
I
I
will
was
send it
I
to
was
you.
a drummer
It
when I
makes me
lived in
happy.
Durham, a Motown band drummer, and we used to do garage bands. We used to play in our driveways, and people would come from the neighborhood and bring their chairs and sit around across the street and on the sidewalk, and some of them would dance. And I remember we had some new members of the band in my garage one day, and somebody wanted to play Three Little Birds, and we did our rendition of that. Not exactly Motown, but don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, it just makes you
I'm
happy.
drumming along there. Yeah. You know something that's a good feel-good song. And it was annoying at the time, if I can say that, because everybody was playing it. But if you think about it, it's really an emotional boost. It's a mood boosting song. If you just have that handy, even as an earworm in your head, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. It's good, isn't it, Chelsea? Do you ever just listen to it to cheer yourself up?
I do. I really look at the video because I mean, like I said, I love animals. Obviously, smuggled a chicken in my purse and stuff. But there's a video of a bird, and he has like this crazy hair. Like he's one of those like ugly ducklings, but he's just so cute, and he's dancing to it. So I'll have to send it to you. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, send me the link. I'd love to see it. So my songs are all over the map. I'm going to do the long list because I think you'll appreciate them. As a woman, as I told you, I mostly speak to cool dudes on the cool dude version of this show. But Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. I think you can understand that. Here's some independence anthems. You Don't Own Me by Leslie Gore and I Am Woman Hear Me Roar by Helen Reddy. Like, yeah, strong songs. Janis Joplin's famous anthem from 1971, Me and Bobby McGee, and the line is Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. What a
I like it.
powerful line. Yep. And then going back to who we are, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Pat Benatar. I think I've had to say that to people under my breath. Of course, you too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
And then Respect by Aretha Franklin, Respect, let's have a little there. Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive. Hey,
I almost
everything,
picked that one.
everything's gonna be all right. And then coming out of the end of that tunnel, Patti LaBelle's New Attitude. I just love that song. And then because I used to do professional dancing and teaching, and I call it exhibition dancing with my partner, we did appearances. I Feel Better When I'm Dancing by Megan Trainor is a new version of a happy dance song. I don't know if you've heard it, but sometimes I just tell Alexa to put on Megan Trainor songs and I dance in my kitchen. And Chelsea, the songs are so upbeat and most of them and so happy. They just make you feel good. Another one, I've had the time of my life, Bill Medley from Dirty Dancing. And then I have a list of Donna Summer songs. I was teaching disco way back on the West Coast in Eugene, Oregon. And I was a big fan of Donna Summer back in the day. I did some disco contest entries. I was in a contest with my partner at the time. But I looked at the list of Donna Summer. They call it discography, like filmography, the list of her songs. And there are one, two, three, four, five, six, seven that one, two, three, four, five, six, eight that speak to me. One is She Works Hard for the Money, and I think you can appreciate that. Another is Hot Stuff, and I always tell on the Cool Dude show I was never a streetwalker in LA, but people have called me Hot Stuff in my time. On the radio, I've been doing this for about 20 years now. A shy girl on the radio. I still call this radio, Chelsea. No More Tears, Enough is Enough. I think that's a duet with Streisand, and Streisand is releasing a new album of duets coming up soon, talking about the experiences of singing with someone and interpretations of the songs. Last Dance. I don't teach anymore. I don't dance on stage anymore, but I haven't had my last dance yet. I Feel Love, which had that wonderful disco beat in the back. I Feel Love. Felt like sounded like it was on a train. And Heaven Knows from the MacArthur Park Suite. Heaven knows just how much I love you. That was our disco Hawaii entry song, and we came in third place, which was fun. Did you know any of those songs, or am I talking from
I
another
knew
era?
some of them. I knew
Oh,
some of them, but you have to send me that list because I do want to look some of them up.
I will. I
Me
will. I
too.
will. We've got some era differences here in one era. Never mind. Okay, let's talk about. Oh, I have a question for you. I never thought about this. Do you and Tim have any favorite songs that you share together other than songs from Aladdin? A whole new world.
Not really. Like I said, we are both of our music genres are everywhere. I mean, from rock to country, it really just depends on our environment. We don't have like a really specific song that we like.
No
We're kind of
playlist.
everywhere,
If
just
you
depending on where we are.
okay, in the car, who gets to pick what you play on the radio or on
Kids.
the?
No, I'm just kidding. No,
Okay.
I guess it depends. Typically him, but I mean, if he's driving, I might, take over. But typically, I just hand my phone to my daughter. She loves the music, so she'll pick.
That's cool. That's cool. Do your kids have a favorite song right now? Is there a favorite somebody who's singing to, are they teenagers yet? Are they teens or
We
younger?
have, well, so one is 21, so
Oh,
he's out of the birdie's nest, and then we
okay.
have my 14-year-old son, his 14-year-old daughter, and then my 9-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Uh, my 9-year-old loves Shabuzi.
Okay.
I
I
don't
have
know.
to look that
You
up.
know Shabuzi?
No, I've heard the
The
name, but
bar
I don't know the.
song. Yeah,
Okay.
you'll have to look it up. But she
I will.
requested that to be played at our wedding. She knows every single word. Um,
Oh, kids. Oh,
yeah.
kids. Okay. All right. So let's go to the part of the show called OTT, Off the Top, Fast and Furious. And I'm going to pose some topics and you'll give your response and I'll give mine. So we have a conversation. And I love to ask this one. You're obviously busy. You're obviously very involved in the business and raising a family and looking as beautiful and put together as you do. I'm complimenting you. How do you start your day, Chelsea W? Is there a drink? Is there a food? Or maybe it's an exercise routine, or maybe you do some apps on your breathing apps or meditation on your phone. I never ask on the activity side. I usually just ask, is there a drink or some food that you do? But why don't you expand that? What would you like to tell us?
I wish it was exercise. I need to get on that, but it's not. I told my husband when he first got with me, I was like, look, I will take over the world with you. I will get down and dirty. Like, I will go outside in the mud, do whatever it is, but I have to have my coffee and I have to get ready first. Like, no matter what I'm doing, let me get my shower, let me do my hair and makeup. Doesn't matter what we're doing. Even if we're going to the lake and swimming, let me get ready first and at least
I love
feel
that.
like I am ready for the day. So,
See, that's a saucy dame. You are a saucy dame. I I'm saying that because I believe what you said, and I haven't heard anybody say that in a long, long time. I'm the same way. If you come to the door and you're a delivery person, and I know Amazon's going to deliver between 8 in the morning and 10 at night, I'm ready. I got lipstick on. I might not have the flower, but I'm in a black dress and my hair is fluffed. I'll tell you a funny story. I think it's funny anyway. I'm here in East Tennessee, and we have a chain of family-owned hardware stores called Sloan's, Sloane. I think it's an E apostrophe S. And they have a nursery where they sell flowers and plants in the summer season. And you can buy bird feeders there, and you can buy some construction, not construction, but home fixing tools and paint. They sell paint, and they have a post office thing. You can go mail packages and things like that. It's an everything store except for food. Okay. So I was buying some plants. We've been having a heat wave here, so my beautiful begonias in the flower boxes, Chelsea, are just like I mean, begonias don't like heat that much, and they were gorgeous. I had one a hanging basket with red and yellow and orange. It's like I'm
No.
crunching the dead flowers off of it. They just turned to dust. Anyway, so I'm at Sloan's a couple weeks ago, and it's a Saturday. And they're only open until Saturday. Sunday they're closed. And I'm out in the garden center, and I bought a couple of more flowers for the front. My beautiful porch and flower boxes. Okay, I'm getting in my car, and a woman is walking out of Sloan's with her dog. Woman, I'd say probably in her 50s, plain, wearing, just a t-shirt and jeans. And she looks at me and she said, "Excuse me," as I'm getting in my car. I said, "Yes, can I help you?" She said, "Aren't you hot?" I was wearing a black dress with a jacket over it. I was wearing my black tights, my little red disco drummer boots, which are red suede over suede. There's a pattern like a brocade, red on red. Lipstick, makeup, the whole thing, nice bag. And she said, "Aren't you hot?" And it was about 90 degrees that day. And Chelsea, I looked at her and I said, "Heck yes, but this is my brand." You get it?
Yep. Yep.
You do. You would be the other one in that parking lot, dressed the way you do and with your makeup on and your hair done and all of that. You would get it.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I knew I was going to like you. I mentioned
You
before. That's
do what
something.
makes you happy and what feels good. And
Thank
that's what
you.
makes you feel good for the day. And
Thank you.
you
And
do it.
somebody told me I'm supposed to wear jeans and t-shirts. And I said, "No,
Oh, I hate jeans.
that's not me. I don't want to. Why do I have to look like everybody else? Don't tell me that." So thank you. Thank you. So that's my story for that. So what do you this coffee that you have? I was so fixated on your getting the shower and the hair and the makeup and getting dressed. I love that part. What kind of coffee do you have? What is it, a big caffeine spike or what do you got?
Yeah, we have an espresso machine.
Okay.
So we got tired of paying for Starbucks every day. So we bought our own little machine. So I get my espresso and I put milk and creamer in it. Not the most healthy, but it's good and it makes me happy.
For
And
Saucy Dames Weekend. You know something? It makes me happy. I can't tell you how many times I've said that to people. You're the only other. I'm going to make a clip of your saying that it makes me happy.
yeah, just
So what's wrong with that?
not healthy and but yeah, it makes
Do
me
you have
happy. It
anything
makes
with the espresso? Do you have anything with it? Any croissant or a muffin or something? Anything?
No, I usually skip breakfast. I mean,
Okay.
if I do want something, it's usually just toast.
What
Nothing
kind of
fancy.
toast? What kind of toast?
What kind of toast?
Yep.
Just butter and white bread.
White bread. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
nothing
Okay.
fancy.
My Food
Just to
Lion,
get something on my stomach.
my Food Lion grocery store here, which is about 3 miles from my house, they have fresh bagels, mini bagels. And sometimes they put them on sale, 10 to a bag, two for one.
Mm,
You wouldn't believe how good a mini bagel. You split it, it's half split. They've already sliced through most of it in the toaster, light toast, a little bit of butter to go into the crannies in there, and then peanut butter and
I
pineapple
love my peanut
preserves.
butter.
Oh, me too.
And apple
Unbelievable.
butter. Have you ever had apple butter?
I haven't had it in years, but I know, and it's a very smooth, very, very smooth.
Mhm.
But I can also take that bagel and I can put a slice of ham on it, deli ham, and I can put a slice of cheese and zap it in the microwave for maybe 20 seconds. Very careful because you don't want the bread to turn to concrete. She's
Yeah.
in construction. She knows what that means, not what it tastes. And just give it a light in the microwave so that the cheese just softens and it makes a good sandwich. So I love my bagels. But I start the day. I know you want to know. I start the day with I have a single serve blender with a pulse button. It doesn't have an on-off switch, and the base is red. The motor is red. It has a clear, it takes about 12, 14 ounces, and I put in 6 to 8 ounces of 1% milk, and I put in some sliced frozen strawberries that are not sweetened. And then I put in one banana, a medium full or half of a large one. I buy 9 bananas a week. I am the one standing in the produce section examining every banana for about 20 minutes until I get 7 to 9 bananas. Some have to be slightly green, not hard. None of them can have spots or lines or indents or holes in them. None can be too mushy or yellow. And then yes, so it's about 7 to 9, and they have to last me a week because I only go to the store once a week because it's 3 miles away. So what would you expect? Anyway, one banana, and then I take a squirt of raw agave syrup. Have you ever had agave syrup?
Mm-mm.
It's a substitute, it's a sweetener, but it's natural and it's almost like a light maple syrup, but not that sticky sweet, not that sweetness. And they sell it in a clear bottle. It's really pretty. It's a golden brown color. And if I'm really in a saucy dame mood, I'll put in a little bit of Breyer's homemade vanilla ice cream.
Ooh.
And then a couple of spoonfuls of teaspoons of Hershey's unsweetened cocoa, the 100% cocoa, not the baking cocoa, but the regular 100% unsweetened cocoa, which is hard to get right now. I have the last 4 boxes. Yeah.
Oh
The
man.
climate in Ivory Coast had either too much rain or not enough about 6 months ago, a year ago, and they've almost stopped production of good quality cocoa.
Hmm.
Chocolate syrup you can get. Cocoa is very, very hard to get. I paid almost $20 for 1 box, which should have been $4.50 because you just can't get it. Anyway, so I'll put 2 very carefully measured teaspoons into the milkshake and then I'll pulse it a couple of times, couple times, couple times. Maybe I'll add an ice cube. And then I take the lid off the self-serve container and I put in a reusable straw that I clean out with a pipe cleaner. Oh my goodness, we use pipe cleaners. And I'll drink that at my desk. And that's what gets me going for the day. And then the
Love it.
bagel
I
comes
feel
later.
like you need to add like one of those little decorative umbrellas to that drink. Just
I do.
a red one.
You know what? I could probably paint a picture of an umbrella on the side of the cup so it's always there. What do you think? Should I do? I have acrylic paints. I'm an artist
Yep,
too.
do like a little red umbrella just
I'll
to
do
have
that.
that
I'll
little.
do that. So let's go to our next topic here. Let me see what I want to ask you. Well, I haven't asked this in a long time. Let's go for this. I don't even think I have an answer. If you were going to be a superhero, from all the superheroes you know in the movies, on TV, in the cartoons. It doesn't have to be Wonder Woman. It could be and it could be a masculine superhero. Who would you be that would, or would you create your own superhero? I know that's a tough question, but what do you think?
I would probably just create my own because I can't
Yeah,
name any
yeah.
superheroes off the top of my head that I would
Maybe
be.
you are a superpower. Maybe you already
Um,
are.
I mean, honestly, like I mentioned before, I'm an overthinker, but I turn that into a positive. Um, I always, if you give me a situation or something, my brain automatically tries to anticipate what's next or like what's going to come so that I can, try to prepare and fix it. So if, building our business, I'm like, okay, what roadblocks are we going to build into? I'm not just focused on today, like focus on what's going to happen and let's try to mitigate that. Like I cannot stop my brain. I don't know if that's my nursing, in me to try to be like, okay, what's going to happen? Let's look at the signs and symptoms, to prevent bad things from happening. But I
What
can't
would
stop
you
my brain from
name?
going
What
to
would the name of that superhero be? What would her name be or its name be?
proactive passion. I don't know.
Maybe it would be Nurse Chelsea.
Oh, there we go. That
Or
works.
I know what I would name yours. It would be heck yes.
My tagline.
What's a
Yeah.
superhero? Heck yes. Oh, that must be Chelsea W. I know that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what mine would be.
Yeah, that's a
She
tough
would
one.
mine would she would be dressed in black, probably with gold earrings and a lot of red lipstick and flaming red hair, very long red hair, and she would be much more fit and a lot taller than I am. And I
Can't
think
forget
she
your
would
bow.
yeah, my bow, right? She could be called a red bow. Sounds like a bow and
It's
arrow.
red.
Red, just red, just red.
Sometimes
Okay,
more simple.
just red. My superhero would be red. And she would be able to help people figure out how to tell their story, how their stories. And she would be encouraging people to find their creative side, even hardcore business people. What have they done that makes them happy? What makes them happy? And what's their real story? And it's very, very hard for people to tell their real deep down story, I found, because I ask people now, Chelsea, not for their media bio. I have a lot of authors on my other shows and a lot of business people, and they all have a media bio, all of their degrees and all the TV stations they've been on and how many blogs they have and all that. But I'm looking for where'd you grow up? Did you steal any chickens in your
I
purse?
bet they
That's going to
didn't.
be a new one. What was your family like? What were your hobbies? What were your favorite topics in school? What influenced you along the way to get to who you are today as an adult, or maybe not a grown up, but an adult, talking chronology and years? It's hard for people. So I would be the storytelling red. That's who I would be. Yeah, I would
I
help
like it.
people with their stories.
Yeah.
Thank you
Like the
very
deep
much.
diver, you get more down to the core.
Okay, wait a minute. The phone's ringing. Hold on. I don't want to stop the show. Hello? Oh, Shonda Rhimes? Seriously? You know I'm talking to Chelsie W? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's Aaron Sorkin in the background. Hi, Mr. Sorkin. I'm a big fan of your shows. Wait a minute. Hold on. Michelle and Robert King just went into the room. Oh, no. Steven Spielberg is there? Impossible. Guy Ritchie is there? Well, he used to be married to Madonna. Maybe Madonna's nearby. Wait a minute. You want to talk to Chelsie? No, you can't talk to Chelsie. The phone doesn't go all the way over to the other side. But you know what? What do you want? You want to make a movie about Chelsie, not a biopic, but she's going, her life will be part of the character story in the movie. You either want to make a movie. Oh, you think it could be an action or drama? I think it could be a fantasy or a romance. Could be a comedy? Nah, it might be a comedy. I don't think hers. Sci-fi thriller could be. Okay, you want to know who will play Chelsea, and you want to know what the title will be, and who does she pick for the director? Wait a minute, she could do a TV show too? Limited series, 6 or 8 episodes? Maybe 2 seasons. All right, I'll ask her. I'll get back to you. All of you go have lunch. It's well, it's a little late for lunch, but we'll get back. We'll call you back. Chelsea, thank you. This was a very important phone call. So they want to know who would you like to direct your TV show or movie. It has elements of who you are, of your life, but it's not a biopic. So what would you like the Chelsea version of a character? And who would play you, and what would you call it, and all these decisions. You didn't know you're gonna have to make
Yeah, so I
life-changing
think that
decisions here.
it would definitely be a series. I feel like
Okay.
I have a lot of different, you know, milestones in my life. We could definitely make a series out of it. Um, and the only directors that I could really come with, because I really resonated with this movie, it's the directors John Lucas and Scott Moore. They directed Bad Moms, which I'm not a bad mom. You got to watch the movie if you haven't seen it. But it's like a romance comedy. It's like really just about the true daily struggles that everybody deals with but doesn't talk about. Like that we're all just trying to be perfect, trying to, do the right things and just yeah, just navigating life and working and being a mom. Like I love it. So I was like, they get it.
Would it be a drama? Would it be a romance? Would it be a hybrid,
I
comedy,
think
romance, drama, thriller, any oh my gods or oopses in it? Or it sounds like it could be a little bit of a comedy, maybe.
yeah, I mean, no, in my life, probably a mix of all of it, but mainly probably a romance comedy.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And who would play you? Your character who's personified by your life story. Who would play you?
So I was going back and forth between two. Reese Witherspoon, just because she is,
Stop.
blonde and,
Be still my
she's
heart.
got that Southern twang.
She's so good. She has weathered the movie business over these years so well. And yes, we all know where she started. Okay, and what are your other choices?
My other one was Jennifer Lawrence. So she is from Kentucky. She is so down to earth. Like I love watching her interviews because she's just so relatable. So I was going back and forth between those two.
And what are we
And
calling it? Heck yes or
we can
good
call it heck
mom?
yes.
Good mom? Oh, don't let me tell you. What do you want to call it?
I like yours better. I had from like passion to purpose.
But
Um,
that's cool.
Coming from my passion and turning that into more purpose driven and, doing something about it. So
Cool.
we can
Very
do
cool.
another sequel with heck yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, that could be the title of the pilot.
There you go. Yeah.
Call the pilot episode. Heck yes. I think that would be a great way to introduce it. That'd be cool. And
Yeah.
6 episodes, limited series, or an arc for a couple
Gosh.
of years. What do you
I
think?
mean, it's still going, so we'll just do unlimited series.
Okay. All
You
right.
never
All right.
know.
So we do maybe 8 episodes for the first year to be continued the second year.
Yeah,
Guaranteed renewal.
there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Apple TV or Peacock or Prime or where do you see it? Everywhere?
Um,
Netflix?
Probably Apple TV, I guess.
Okay. They're looking for some good stories right
I mean,
now, I heard.
Peacock, I think they have commercials and it's a little annoying.
They
So
do. They do. I watch Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne, Charlie Cale, the human lie detector on Peacock, but I welcome the commercial breaks from time to time because I want to get up and stretch or walk around or get another drink of water or something. So I don't mind the commercial breaks, but in that
yeah.
way. But sometimes if you hit pause at the wrong time, it brings up the commercial, and then you got to hit. Anyway. Okay, mine would be either Reba McEntire or Bonnie Raitt, a redhead, and it could be just a musical comedy. I think that's what it would be. And it would be 8 episodes, potential for renewal, and it would be called, she works hard for the money. No, it would be called Onward. No, it would be called Radio Red. That's what it'd be called.
Ooh, I
Radio
like
Red.
that.
Radio Red.
Radio
Yeah.
Red.
That would be it. Yeah, that would be mine with a lot of original music and a disco beat to the music. And yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. Okay, one more question here. Something you bought or made for yourself that you don't have anymore that you wish you still had. Could be anything. Could be a piece of clothing, could be a tool, could be a book, anything.
Yeah, there's a lot that
Give me a few. Give me a
but
few.
one you said the one that I can't find that I've
Yeah,
lost.
yep.
Okay. So I hate bugs. And it's funny because I think when we first started talking, you were talking, about if anything over like 4 or 6 legs. That's
Yeah, I'll
me.
pass
I
out. And
don't
if
do
somebody else,
spiders.
yeah, okay.
I don't do spiders. Like I can do any bug, but not spiders. And when I was a single mom, my mom got me a bug zapper. And I can't for the life of me find it. It was pink and it looked like a tennis racket. And I would sit there and go to battle with these spiders. But it was a lifesaver. So I'm like, where did it go? I don't know what happened to it. Um, but I would love to have this.
We could do a GoFundMe and find you a new bug zapper, a pink tennis racket bug finder. I don't even know what my answer would be to that because every time I move, it's a 53-foot moving truck and four people, and it's my mom's baby grand piano, and it's all my furniture and all the antiques, and it's my big bed and my drum set, and oh my goodness, it's just everything. I call my house my little wonderland, my country estate. There's so many little rooms, so many rooms, good size, but I'm here all by myself. So I'm trying to think of something that I made or did or lost. There are probably things that I haven't found. Every time you move, you put stuff, you put stuff in places. And every time you move, you don't remember all the time which bowl, which suitcase, which bag, which box you put something in.
Yeah.
So I would say that I am often surprised because I'll open a drawer and I'll say, I haven't looked in there in a while. What's that underneath that pair of stockings? What's that underneath that pair of leggings? Really? So I find stuff. And in my family, my reputation is I'm always finding money, but I haven't found any recently. I will open an old greeting card, an old birthday card for my parents and find a $20 bill tucked in it from like 12 years ago or 15 years ago. Well, it'll be at least 15 years ago. But I used to find money in everything. So once or twice a year, I'd go through all the stuff in my drawers and money would pop out.
Hey,
But I haven't had that experience in recent times. But if I think of something that I should have been prepared for that one, but I didn't know I was going to ask it. I have most everything. I think to me, it's the people I've lost along the way who I would like to have here. But very, very interesting to me, Chelsea. The iPad, I have one of the big iPads, a heavy one, comes up with a carousel of pictures that I've taken pictures of. Mostly they're people. I like to photograph nature, butterflies and birds. And I'll be ready to do, it'll be, let's say 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in bed and I'm ready to go to sleep, but I'm going to do my Words with Friends puzzles. I have 45 games right now with about 8 different people all over the world. That's what puts me to sleep. It just takes the energy. It just lets the world be quiet. And a carousel will pop up and it'll be a picture I haven't seen in a while. And I'll look and I'll get really emotional because it's people I used to know that I used to love. And their pictures like, they're looking right at me. It's like, don't go away. So I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with the question. But anyway, okay, we'll move
people
on
that
from
you've
that.
lost that you want back.
Yeah, yeah, it's an emotional moment, but yeah, no, I have kept most of everything. I'll tell you, before I moved here from Durham, I had a lovely lady who used to come and clean my house every 2 months or so with her daughter. Her husband came sometimes. They were a team, and I went through all kinds of things that I thought I didn't need anymore. And I called them to come over one day, and they filled up their hatchback car, everything that didn't have a person in the seat
Oh, wow.
was filled with stuff. I gave them the swing from my porch. I gave them planters. I gave them beautiful plants I couldn't move to Tennessee. I gave her purses and clothes and fancy dresses that I had from my mom, who left a beautiful wardrobe. I gave this woman I don't think there's anything I really regret, but I bet you if I thought about it, there might be something in that batch that I gave this woman. There were three carloads. It was three different occasions. Oh
Wow.
my goodness. I bet you there was something in there that I would have liked to have kept and I didn't. And the only mystery is that I got rid of a lot of old computers when I moved, and I know a man who recycles came to the house with his truck. He was very strange looking. It was a little scary and let him in the house, but I had somebody there with me, and an old Apple laptop, old one. I know it was there that day, and I have searched everywhere for it. It's not here, and he said he never took it. So it
Hmm.
vaporized. So we'll leave that one alone. I don't think it was anything important on it, but it's too late now. Okay, let's go to our. And now, in order to do the next segment of the show, I need you to pronounce the name of the segment with me. It's very important. So I'll say it and I want you to repeat it. Are you ready for
Okay.
this, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay. Say what? Can you
Say
do that?
what?
Little more energy. Come on, a little more energy.
Say what?
Oh, that's it. Heck yes.
Heck
I'm gonna have to rename the show Heck Yes. I'll dedicate it to you. So do you have
yeah.
some say what stories for us? Do you want to share them?
I do. I do.
Go ahead.
It's kind of a mix, between my past and my present, but color changing digital tattoos. So they're in testing right now. They're not like full market. They're in prototype stage, but they're temporary tattoos that change color. Right now, they're detecting glucose, so good for diabetes. If your blood, I think it's like if your blood sugar is low, I'm sorry, if they're high, they might turn from blue to brown. So, and then they're going to be testing it for dehydration, sodium levels, pH balances, all of that. So it will eliminate, people getting their blood tested and finger pricked and all of that, and just have a little tattoo that tells you.
I found a picture. May I hold it up? Is that okay
Yeah.
with you? And you can read it. Scientists in Germany have developed, can you see it? I'm trying to hold it.
Mhm.
An interdermal tattoo that changes color, responds to fluctuations in glucose, albumin, and pH levels. Tests on animal skin have shown the tattoo successfully I'm reading upside down and backwards. You know that.
You're doing
Changed
good.
color when concentrations of key biomarkers were changed, marking an exciting step in real-time monitoring of chronic diseases like diabetes. And there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Research was published it was led by a chemical engineer, blah, blah, blah. Very, very interesting. Let me see if they have any other pictures. Oh, let me show this one. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure which way to hold the phone. There we go. Interesting, interesting. Okay, where'd you find this
Uh,
story? Fascinating.
Honestly, I just looked it up on Google. I was trying to find
Okay,
stuff that blended, like my passion and my present with the technology world, and I found that. I was like, that'd be
very
kind of cool,
cool.
and would save me from pricking, my little patient's fingers a couple of times a day.
Are
So
you still working as a nurse, Chelsea?
I am not. No.
Okay, all right. Do you miss it?
Of course, I do.
Yeah,
Especially my dementia and Alzheimer's. That was,
yeah,
like I said, I love making a difference in people's lives, and when they're in the most vulnerable state like that, I loved being there for them and their
yeah.
families.
Yeah. My mom was an RN. That's why I asked. That's how she met my dad, but she was his nurse when he was having his hand operated on. He was a doctor and she was the nurse on the ward and she was taking care of him and they met and started dating and here I
Oh.
am. Okay, we'll leave that one. So what's your next story? Go ahead.
So my next one is listening walls. So they are walls that have sensors in them, and they're checking the environment, predicting when maintenance is needed. So it's really predicting their health and when they need to be fixed.
And what are they listening to?
Interesting.
How does that work? What are they actually, are they reporting it? Are they documenting it? Are they sending it to somebody? How does that work?
I don't know how I just read that they have like these embedded sensors. So I don't know how they're actually like communicating
We'll
to
do a
them.
follow-up. We'll do a follow-up.
Yeah. And then the last one, I thought that this one was one of my favorites because it is healthcare and construction, but it's self-healing concrete, like your skin. So if they get a crack or anything, they have these little capsules in them, and when a crack forms, the capsule breaks open and they act as healing agents. So like your skin, and it heals the crack. So we really need those here in E-Town for these potholes. But
Potholes, I
so
was
it would be,
thinking sidewalks, potholes, garage, driveways. What
yeah,
about buildings? Would this work in buildings too?
yeah, I'm sure it would. So yeah,
I wonder
self-heal.
what it would do to the cost of the building. Tim and Daryl Keaton and Don Deloach are coming back late in the summer to do another world tour on my technology revolution, the future of Nashville, talking about the future of construction, innovation, and AI. And they're each going to bring, you probably noticed, they're each going to bring three sites around the world. It could be a building, it could be a house, it could be a museum, an airport, a stadium, anything that are using AI in the construction process that are either in the future or already being built or already built, period.
Mm,
And I can tell Tim we want to put those two onto the
I
into his
will.
world tour. Okay, that would be great. Are you ready for my stories?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen and let's go. And here we go. So the first one, let me pull this out so it's bigger. I think you can see it. There you go.
Mhm.
There we are. Okay, I thought you would appreciate this. There's a brown bear in northeastern Minnesota, Duluth, at Lake Superior Zoo that had a canine tooth fixed with a metal crown because it had a toothache. And the bear couldn't eat properly, Chelsea. So it's an 800-pound tundra. You can see a picture here. An 800-pound tundra was put under sedation and fitted with a new crown. It's the largest dental crown ever created. It was done by a board-certified veterinary dentist named Dr. Grace Brown, who actually did a root canal on that tooth 2 years ago.
Oh,
And they decided they put on a titanium alloy crown made by a company in Post Falls, Idaho, and they used a wax cast of the tooth. Dr. Brown is going to publish a paper in the Journal of Veterinary Dentistry this year. The bear is 6 years old. At its full height on its hind legs, stands 8 feet tall. And they had to have people present with a gun and ready to tackle the bear if it woke up during the procedure from the anesthesia. But it went great. And so my say what comment is a crowned bear ready for royalty or ready for snack time. This is what it looked like. This is
wow.
there's the tooth.
I
And
wonder if
there
it
was
was like one of the ones in the front.
dental procedure. Is that well was a canine, so it was
Oh, yeah.
probably yeah, interesting. So that's my first story, and my second story is here is a 18-year-old young man from Long Island, where I come from, who developed an app called CalAI. It visually scans the food on your plate, Chelsea, and it estimates the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. He's had over 5 million downloads. He is going to make $30 million this year. He's
Wow.
18, okay? He started coding at the age, here's a picture of the young man. Let me get a picture. I don't know where he is. Almost looks like he's in a fancy building somewhere. That looks like quite a
Living his
meal.
best life.
Yeah, I wonder if he's used his app on his own there. He started coding at 7. At 10 years old, get this, he was charging $30 an hour to teach his classmates how to code. He said,
Wow.
I put an ad on a local Facebook group. I doubled from one student I was tutoring to two, then to three. For a kid at 10, I felt pretty rich. I watched the movie The Social Network. I realized what I was doing wasn't scalable. Mark Zuckerberg in the movie inspired me to achieve something similar. During the pandemic, he noticed that schools were sending out Chromebooks to students for remote learning. He created an unblocked gaming site that consolidated games in one location. He got 5 million users and sold it for over six figures.
Wow.
And he's only 18 now. You getting the drift there?
Yep.
Interesting. And okay, and his core technology uses an AI-powered image recognition to identify and estimate nutritional content. It's supposed to be 90% accurate if you do the picture of your food in natural lighting and at an angle that is straight on. It's better than the accuracy of nutrition labels. Unbelievable.
Wow.
The FDA allows for 20% off on their estimates of nutrition labels. He says his success comes from a novel approach to influencer marketing rather than agency-driven influencer campaigns. He takes a direct approach with relationships, and he says big companies are not scrappy enough. Interesting.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is
I
this
mean,
is what
I
the
never
app.
did like Weight Watchers and stuff because you have to count the points. And
I
so
know, I did,
that
I
would be
did.
convenient just to take a picture. And
But this is Cal AI, and it's supposed to tell you everything you need to know. So
nice,
that's
good
the
for
young
him.
man. So he's 18 now, and he's worth 12 million. I think he has a good future ahead of him. And the last one I got, I thought you would enjoy this one. This is a 1,000-year-old gold bracelet. A fragment was found on a British isle, and they think it came from a skilled goldsmith and was potentially used as currency to buy things back in the Viking era. Is that gorgeous?
Wow, that looks heavy.
That's, I know it does. So it's on the Isle of Man. I have a picture of the man. Here he is, Ronald Klukas, and he's with a curator from the Manx, MANX National Heritage, and they're the ones responsible for taking care of this area. He's a metal detectorist, and he just goes around, with a metal detector, and he found a squished fragment of an 11th century Viking treasure, an intricately woven gold bracelet. He said, I couldn't believe it at first. It's 8 braided strands of gold rod made by a highly skilled goldsmith using a special technique. It weighs almost 1 ounce. It was found bent in half. It would have measured 3 inches long, only part of the circumference original. So it's a piece of it. Viking men and women wore brooches, necklaces, and bracelets or arm rings. And the men at the high level of society, the elites, wore, they gave silver or gold arm rings to their loyal followers. Isn't that interesting? Instead
Hmm.
of giving somebody a tote bag with the name of your company, you gave
Well,
them.
like, I wonder how they determined who got silver and who got
I
gold.
don't, that's a good question. Such artifacts are rarely found in Britain. It was buried in the ground. It may have been hidden for safekeeping, and they thought it might have been an offering to the gods. The Isle of Man is located between the UK and Ireland. It's a self-governing crown dependency of the UK. It was settled by the Vikings, blah, 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 blah. This man belongs to the Manx Detectorist Society. This is his latest find. In 2005, he found 2 ingots of silver and lead, pieces of Viking currency. This is his 50th year doing this, and this is the year where you give gold. So, how
Oh,
fitting is that? So,
good for him.
those are my stories. So, Chelsea, such a pleasure to get to know you.
You
Heck
too.
yes. I'm just going to keep saying it. You can say onward, mine, I'll say heck yes, yours. So, so let's say your 9-year-old comes to you and says, Mom, Bonnie D says you're a saucy dame. She says Dad's a cool dude. Well, I want to be a saucy dame like you. How would I be a saucy dame? Or let's say one of her friends comes and says, I, Mrs. Wolter, I don't know how your last name goes, but Mrs. Wolter, if that's what you're called, what would I do to grow up to be a really accomplished, saucy point of view, get it done, don't be afraid of change, meet the challenges head on, keep smiling, always look your brand. How would I get to be like you when I grow up? What would you tell her, Chelsea?
I would tell her to always follow her why, find her why, find what drives her and makes her happy, what motivates her. Like I said, for me, it was making a difference in people's lives, whether it means caring for them as my patient or, what we're doing in construction. So it's really if you keep your motive and know why you're doing what you're doing, that will guide you through the rest of your life.
Yep. And like I told you, if you see that crack in the door, see a little bit of light coming in or the window, open the damn door,
Yep.
push open the window and see what's on the other side. It could be an opportunity. It could be a chance to say no. It could be a chance to say, heck yes, right? Which you and I have both done, you so far and me for longer than you in life, and figure out what might be there for you. Don't get stuck. People
Hmm.
talk about getting unstuck. Well, you don't need to be unstuck if you're never stuck in the first place. Can I
There you go.
copyright that?
Tagging that.
You can't get unstuck if you never let yourself get stuck in the first place. Chelsea, it's been real. I am so happy to meet you. You're my first saucy dame I've never met before a show. And please tell Tim, thank you. Thank you
I
for
will.
for
I will.
referring you to me, and you're going to come on some of my other shows too. Would you like to do one of my HB2U Happy Birthday shows one of these days?
Sure.
You got
Yeah.
time? Good. I'll send you some information. Okay, let's wave goodbye to social. We're still on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, and I'm going to play the outro music. Let's get this going here, and let's play this, and here we go. Dance with me. It's the hard part of the show. You got to
So
dance
you
in the
wanna
beginning and the
be
end.
Okay, it's Friday.
There you go. We dance on Friday.
Hanging with the ink set.
As soon as we get the drum roll,
Looking real.
we'll go out. Cool and
You and fine. Asking you thanking
here we
it.
go.
So you wanna be
My drumsticks are in the other room. Bop, 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 bop. Thank you very much, Chelsie W. It's been lovely. Have a great